What's up, y'all? Driver Eyes here. Damn, it's dark. Ha. Driving in the rain. But let's talk about something. Every day I see people that are they have so much potential to do so good and to make their life so much better, and they won't take the single step that it takes, or make the single sacrifice that it takes just to do it, you know. And once you do that, it's nothing. But it's just getting up the nerve to take that step and step out of your comfort zone. You know, we all tend to get complacent and be mediocre and just hang out where we feel is comfortable. But if you're not really doing good in life, and you won't take that next step, you're never going to do any better. You know, you can overcome so many obstacles, and you're like, wow, okay, I made it here. Well, you know what? I live by the philosophy that today is always going to be better than yesterday, and tomorrow is always going to be better than today. That's how I live my life. That's how I live it. And no matter how good today is or how good yesterday was, tomorrow is always going to be better. And maybe that's just me being optimistic. I don't know, but you know, sometimes it works out like that, and sometimes it don't. But most of the time, it's true. But you know, there's people that get stuck in this hole, and no matter if it's alcohol or substance abuse, you know, drugs or whatever, they get stuck in this hole. I wish I could turn the rain down. It's too loud. They get stuck in this hole to where they're like, oh man, I feel like shit. I'm tired. I got a headache. My body aches and all this. And they'll go and start using that substance, you know, and that like subsides their bad feelings or whatever, you know. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I haven't done drugs on a daily basis for a long time, and I haven't drank alcohol on a daily basis for a long time. So I don't know. I mean, I know that sometimes I overindulge in alcohol, but it's, you know, maybe once a week, maybe twice a month, something like that. But that's the last damn thing I want when I feel like shit. But some people lean on that every day, and they're like, man, I gotta do this. Or they just start drinking early, or start, you know, using drugs early in the morning, and the next day they're like, man, I feel like shit, and they'll start doing it again. And I'm like, if I did drugs every day or drank every day, I would feel like shit every day too. You know, that's the effect that it has on you. That's how it gets you. You know, you have to overcome that. And as far as alcohol goes, I've made some of the most stupid decisions I've ever made in my life when I was under the influence of alcohol. Some shit that I would be quite embarrassed of. You know, I've seen some things on video that I was trying to be funny and everybody laughed and all that, but it was dumb as hell. It was stupid. And it was embarrassing. Honestly, it was embarrassing. I mean, now there ain't nothing wrong with having a few beers and kicking back and, you know, having a good time. But when it leads to you have to do it every day, it's not fun. It's not fun for you. It's not fun for the people around you. And it's just not, there's nothing positive comes from it. Because you can take something so damn petty, if you're intoxicated, drugs or alcohol, you can take something so petty, some kind of small issue, and blow it up into a life-changing event, and it's stupid. It's stupid. You know, you can be just go from 0 to irate, pissed off for no reason. You know, something so simple that you took out of context because your mind is altered from the substances, and blow it up into something way out of hand, which is, like I said, which can be life-altering or life-ending, honestly, in a certain circumstances. And it hurts me to see people like this, and they're just like they're content with this lifestyle, and I can't understand it, because I always have to do better. Every day I have to top what I did yesterday, or at least try to top what I did yesterday, or at least move in a positive direction on something. It doesn't matter how small it is. Something, anything, any small goal accomplished is progress. That gives you confidence. When you're under the influence of these substances, you lose that ability, and you don't give a shit. The only thing you're worried about is that next joint, or that next line of cocaine, or that next why'd I rub my nose when I said that? I ain't did cocaine for 8-9 years. But anyway, or the next shot of heroin or meth or what the hell, or the next beer, that's all you're worried about. And it's a shitty way to be. And when you live your life like that, it's like I said, it hurts me, because it don't only hurt me, it hurts you, because you're selling yourself short. You're settling for something that's easy to do. It takes, this is my philosophy right here. It takes no effort to live your life every damn day looking for a buzz. In this country, anyway, you can find a buzz anywhere, on anything. You can spend minimum dollars and get some kind of a buzz. When you spend every day just looking for a buzz, you're wasting time. You're wasting your life. You're wasting money. And the thing is, that's an easy way to live your life, but you're not going to accomplish nothing. It's so damn easy to live your life just looking for a buzz every day. That's why so many homeless people, I'm going to say probably 75%, if not more, homeless people live their life looking for some type of buzz every day, no matter if it's alcohol or drugs. And that's why they're in that damn situation. Because they live their life looking for a buzz instead of paying their bills, or paying their rent, or paying their car insurance, or going to work. They spend every day looking for that buzz. And they don't realize just how easy it is to live that life. And they're like, oh, it's so hard, it's so hard. No, it's not fucking hard. It's not hard. If you're just looking for a buzz, you can find a buzz somewhere. But you can't let your damn life revolve around it. Like I said, I like to have a few beers on the weekend and have a good time, turn the radio up. But, I pay for it the next day. If I overindulge, I feel like hell. And that's why it's only once a week, or once every 2 weeks, or whatever. I mean, I can drink a couple beers and be fine, and go in and have me a glass of damn milk and some cookies and go to bed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's really not a problem for me. I can get in that mode where I just want to hammer down some beer though, but I can't do that every fucking day. I'd be homeless. I would be homeless if I did that every day. And I just, I don't know. That's like people who don't do a lot of physical labor. Like, you know, I try to walk around a little bit and stuff, and on the weekends, I work harder on the weekends than I do at work, actually, honestly. And I'll be sore as hell, but there are people that aren't used to doing physical labor, and they just, once they do something, you know, walk for a long ways, or lift something several times, or, you know, do a little workout in the garden, or work on their vehicle, or cut grass. That's one that gets me, because I haven't cut grass since November probably at my house. And it's about that time. So no doubt I'm going to get out there and cut grass and weed eat for 5 or 6 hours, because I have a lot of weed eat. And I'm going to be sore. But I'm not going to throw that up to, oh, I'm overdone and I need to not do that anymore. No, that's not the case. The case is you stretch your muscles out a little bit, and tomorrow, you know, you might feel like shit the next day, but the day after that, you're going to feel a hell of a lot better. I think in my experience, that's how it is anyway. But it's kind of the same thing with the substance abuse. You got to get out of that mindset to where, oh God, I feel like hell, I'm going to do this. I'm going to drink this beer. I'm going to, you know, do this meth, or I'm going to, you know, even smoke this weed. It's going to make me feel better. That's a Band-Aid. You think it's making you feel better, but actually it's making you look like a fool in a way. It's making you sound like a fool, and you make silly decisions when you're under the influence of substances, and you can turn people against you really quick. You know, you can be intolerable to some people, you know, where people don't even want to tolerate being around you when you're like that, because it's aggravating. I'm not gonna lie, I'm speaking from experience. It's aggravating when you have to deal with that on a regular basis. And man, life is what you make it. And if you sit around and complain and bitch and you know, look for every excuse in the world to turn to your preferred substance, that's all you're ever going to get done. You're not going to get anything accomplished in life. You're not going to set any goals. If you do set goals, you're not going to work towards them. You're just going to sit and talk about them, and it's not going to happen. You know, you have to, one way or another, you have to get away from those substances. No matter how good you think they make you feel and all that, you're doing a disservice to yourself, to people around you, to people that depend on you. You're doing a disservice, because then you have this erratic behavior, and pretty soon people's gonna not want to be around you. And you can't blame anyone but yourself for that. You have to make good decisions. And there's a lot to this. You have to make good decisions. You can't just depend on this substance constantly to help you through, because it's not helping you. It does more hurt than it does help. You know, like I said, I'll drink some beer on the weekends. I try not to overindulge, but sometimes you get in that mode and get around certain people and you're having a good time and laughing, and you turn the radio on, and the next day you're like, man, I feel like shit. Why did I do that? But you know, that's life lessons. I don't. If I have some kind of something I'm supposed to be doing or some kind of responsibility, which I always have some kind of responsibility, but if I have something important to do or some kind of, you know, something serious, I won't do it. You know, it's mind over matter. Maybe my mind is a little stronger than some people's, but you take a lot of shit for granted when you depend on substances daily to live your life. You know, you take people for granted, you take situations for granted, you miss out on a lot of shit that otherwise, you know, could have changed your whole future, could have changed your whole life. You miss out on that because you're intoxicated. And I understand that's an addiction. People who have that addiction, I don't know if rehab helps or whatever. I've never been to any kind of rehab. I don't know how all that stuff works. I've always rehabbed myself, but like I said, I have a strong mind, you know. I got myself off of crack cocaine when I was a teenager. I did crack cocaine for 6 months and weaned myself off of it. And it's mind over matter. You have to put your goals and your life and your well-being ahead of this buzz. You know that the buzz is easy to fucking come by, man. It's so easy to get a buzz. That's selling yourself short in your life. Just constantly wanting a buzz every day, or constantly, you know, smoking weed or consuming alcohol just to get by. It doesn't make any sense to be like that, because you miss a lot of opportunities, and people don't really want to be around you when you're like that, because it's like, I mean, I'll break it down like this. A sober person can have a conversation, a deep conversation with an intoxicated person, and the next day the intoxicated person has no idea what they even talked about. They have, you know, when they're sober, they have no idea that this conversation even existed, and that hurts the people around you. You know, and it doesn't help anything. It's not helping you. It's not helping nothing. So, if you're somebody like that depends on that stuff to get by every day, you need to get professional help, or you need to get your mind right and get over it. You know, you need to get your mind right and get over it. Because nothing good is going to become of it. You know, like I said, it's, if you live every day looking for a buzz, which is probably a low percentage. That's 75% of homeless people, and that's why they're homeless people, because it's an easy way out, or not the way out, but that's an easy way to live your life when you don't give a damn about any responsibilities besides getting a buzz, you know? What is this asshole doing? But anyway, that's how it is, people, and that's how I feel. I don't, you know, some people may disagree with me, some people may totally agree with me. Some people may not even understand what I'm talking about, because they might be intoxicated when they watch this. But that's where I'm at with it. And don't be so damn selfish that you only think about yourself and your fix. You know, it's not everybody else's responsibility to take up the slack because you want to get fucked up. You know, that's not fair to your family. That's not fair to people around you that care about you. There's no way to live your life. There's nothing good that comes of it. You know, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your life. You're seriously bothering people around you. And that's how I feel about it. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And think about it before you take that next drink. Think about it before you roll that next blunt or do that next shot of what the hell ever it is, damn heroin or meth or whatever it is, or take them next pills. Think about it's not just affecting you, it's affecting everybody around you. You know? You know, there's a time and a place for that. I grew up where drugs and alcohol was or not drugs, but not actually drugs, but weed and alcohol was a thing we did on weekends to have a good time. You know, it wasn't something that you did every day, because then if you do it every day, what fucking fun is that? That takes all the fun out of it. Then it's not fun. Then it's people aren't laughing and having a good time. They're you know, they're aggravated because you're fucked up all the time. You know, that's just some life advice from me. Could be wrong. That's how I see things. That's about all I got for this video, y'all. It's pretty damn serious, but the driver house, pina colada, y'all. Later.